You had it set on,
time away.
yeah.
But um, I did allow sales, so
Good.
customers don't read.
Good
Hey,
morning.
everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Sickly Show. Uh, I can't read. Customers can read, they just don't.
Felix, you're not right.
Yeah, car bra. Yeah, I got the COVID. Oh man. Uh,
So otherwise than coming home sick, how was your trip?
it was great. We did so much cool stuff. Whale watching and lumberjack show and um, going to Seattle and seeing the Space Needle again. And I saw the Seattle Space Needle the year they built it in 1962. And then again this week, or last week now. Yeah, I got pictures lag, but I haven't had time to upload any.
Well,
Yeah,
I hope.
so there's no telling how many people I infected. There you go. If you got 2 bars showing, you're positive. And my symptoms: runny nose, cough, headache, swollen, itchy eyes, watery eyes, runny nose, body aches, headache. It all fits in with what COVID is, so I'm sure I got it.
Do you see what Anissa said?
What'd she say? She thought I was pregnant? This thing? Oh, no, it says COVID on it. It doesn't say pregnancy test. So if 1 bar shows or 0 bars show, then you're not positive. But if both bars show, and it said give the test 15 minutes for the 2 bars to show.
Right.
It took about 15 seconds,
Wow.
and bam, I was like, yep, 2 bars.
Now, is your mother-in-law and sister-in-law still there? Or are they gone?
My mother-in-law is still here, so you're gonna have to keep me out here in the bat cave.
Um, Todd, Gwen brought him out one of those fold-up army cots that he hadn't got listed, some blankets that he hadn't got listed, and
If
she's
what?
sliding his feet through the door like he's a prisoner.
Uh, yeah, we don't need my mother-in-law to get COVID.
No. Well,
She'll
I
be
don't want
all.
to be ugly, Todd, but you don't need to get it either because you are a seasoned citizen.
Yep. Suppository test.
Well, if he's been on a if he's been on a cruise ship you were on there for 8 days.
Yeah,
Either somebody was
7 days.
infecting everybody. Somebody was infecting somebody, and it had to.
Oh, there's no telling. We've been on, you know, you're on a cruise ship with 4,000 other people, and then to go on a shore excursion, they load you up on a bus.
Yeah.
So could have gotten it from any one of the shore excursions. And then the elevators on a cruise ship are always real. Hello,
Packed.
that's your butt in my belly. Uh, they're always real small and slow. So, uh,
Uh, and this, so when
floating
you go down and
disease.
sit down and sit at Starbucks, having your soy latte, cappuccino, you know, you're just as liable to catch it there.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never, until day before yesterday, I've never had COVID.
Well, Felix, I'm selling positions in a private yacht cruise. It's $10,000 a person, so it's only 8 people on board, 8 passengers.
Yeah, I'm gonna mute myself when I'm blowing my nose.
Okay. Well, it's September 11. So when somebody during the day, take a few minutes and think about the people that didn't make it through September 11, which a lot of people don't even know what it is. It's the younger generation. Because, it's been quite a while now.
It seems like just a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Hey, Roman. Well, thanks everybody for jumping in. I'm like, I feel like warmed over death. Our flight, our flights were supposed to get in at 11, and then I got about a 2-hour drive home. But our flights were delayed.
You flew out of Dallas? Or flew into
No,
Dallas?
flew out of Austin,
Austin.
and flights were delayed an hour, so we got home an hour. We got home at midnight, just after midnight, and then 2-hour drive home. So it was after 2 o'clock.
Mm.
We got home, and then that's when I took the COVID test, and oh yeah, I've got it. So I don't know whether it'd be. I know I've got it. Is there any reason to go to the clinic and get them to retest? Not really, huh?
No, call them and tell them that you tested positive for a COVID vaccine. I mean, COVID. Is there any reason? Is there anything they can do for you if you come in? And then they can say that we don't want you to come in, but I don't think there's anything that they can give you. It's been 21 years since 9/11. Like, were you born then?
But yeah, hours sleep on top of having COVID. Man, it's when you're on a CPAP machine, it just makes the nose run more.
Right.
I had to like wake up like 3 times last night to blow my nose.
Get your little I don't know why I keep saying Noxzema. That's not what it is. Uh the salve that helps you breathe.
Vicks.
Vicks. Get your little Vicks and put it on your nose around before you put your CPAP machine on piece on.
Yeah.
And actually, that's been 22 years ago. Yeah, it is a sad day. So, did you play any cards while you were on the ship?
I did. So I won twice and I lost 4 times. So I spent about $160 on poker on the cruise.
Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's all that matters. When you gamble, if you're gambling and you're not having fun, then a person needs to stop, because the chances of winning are slim to few. And
yeah, had I been playing just slot machines,
I
would have lost a lot more money a whole lot faster.
Yeah, because
So
you
that's
start
one
pulling.
good thing about poker. It's fun. I enjoy playing. And then after $160 for 5 2-hour sessions.
Right.
That's it's not really worth it, but a lot of people spend $160 on the slot machines in about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
On the other hand, Mr. Sadie's been playing online poker, just been slaying it. He's made about $500-600 the last couple of days.
Dang.
I know. Don't worry, Todd. You're young, in shape, and vaccinated. No, I'm only one of those things.
Well, see, and I'm assuming it's the vaccinated part, because didn't you have to get vaccinated before you went on your last cruise because it was mandatory?
It wasn't a cruise. It was when we went to Italy.
Okay, I knew it was
So
someplace you were going and it was mandatory.
I got a booster about a year ago.
And you see how well that's doing. And I'm not being, I'm not trying to be a Scott. I'm being serious. I'm fully vaccinated and I've had it 3 times, and it's progressively got worse each time. And now you've gotten it, and you're vaccinated. So
Yeah, I'm God, I feel horrible.
Felix,
Yeah. Boy, I mean, it feels like, take the worst cold you've ever had and then times 2. That's kind of what it feels like right now.
So did you and Gwen have a good time on your cruise?
Oh yeah, we did all the stuff.
Did
Yeah,
you
I'm
go?
really lucky. I didn't get the COVID until uh, the day before we disembarked. So yeah, we went on a narrow gauge railway.
Mm-hmm.
We got on at Skagway, which was the jumping off point for the Yukon Trail to the gold fields.
Mm-hmm.
It was just great seeing all the history and then that train ride is just spectacular. And so we did lots of cool stuff. Before we went on the trip, we went to see my cousin lives in northern Washington State, north of north of Seattle. It's just spectacular. She's kind of rich.
Todd Todd Roberta said that she hopes you get to feeling better. Take care of yourself.
Oh, probably will. So I just gotta stay away from my mother-in-law so she doesn't get it. And so we went on a whale watch, and that was just crazy cool. The the guide said, "Yeah, we usually see whales. Maybe we'll see 3 or 4 or 5, but we saw 14 of the humpback whales."
So you were on a like a cruise whale watching cruise boat, not
Yeah,
off the cruise ship.
yeah. There was maybe about 14 people on the whale watch boat,
Right.
and they had a captain and a nice naturalist
Right.
who also helped run the boat. And learned a lot. No, we didn't see any orcas, but they're around there. We didn't see any killer whales.
We went to Massachusetts in '95, and we went out on a whale watching excursion,
Babushka COVID variant.
and
Don't make me laugh,
it was
Al.
a catamaran. I mean, it was a powerboat. It wasn't a sailboat, and we went out, and it was really amazing because they were just breaching right there beside the boat, and it was rough. It wasn't rough for us on the catamaran, but the people on in a V bottom boat, those boats were rolling. I'd have been puking all over the place.
Yeah, it was a rough boat ride, but I never got neither Gwen or I got nauseated or
Right.
anything.
Were you taking anything beforehand?
Nah, I've only gotten seasick once in my life, and it was deep sea fishing in the Gulf, and God, it was hot, and the smell of the live bait and all that stuff just.
Right.
Ugh.
Felix, he hasn't gone yet. I just told him he needed to call down there and find out if they wanted to see him in the office or whether he just needed to stay at home and cowboy up. Ba-doom-ba.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm gonna die or anything.
But
And
you
I
also
have been
just get
coughing a lot, but not like way down deep in my lungs. And I don't know. I, I catch myself kind of wheezing a little bit too, but
right.
not like people. My youngest boy's had some asthma, and he could wheeze. I didn't. I'm not drink hot tea. That'll do it. Coffee for me.
Throw a little Texas stump water in there too. It'll make you some Russian tea. Throw you in a little bourbon in it, and take a nap.
Kombucha tea. Never heard of it. Chicken noodle soup with broth.
I don't like chicken noodle soup. I'll drink the broth out of it, and I leave all the noodles. The noodles just, I
Tastes
just
like
don't like the noodles.
tastes like mush, don't they?
Yeah.
Uh, so what else did we do? In 1962, I was 7 years old, and my family drove from Texas up to Seattle to go to the 1962 Seattle World's Fair, and we rode the Space Needle Tower in Seattle up to the top and looked out over the Seattle Harbor and such. And this trip was the first time I'd have been back. How many years ago is 1962?
A long time.
53 years ago. What you got, Azure? Oh, he's showing me the tea he says I should get. Synergy, raw kombucha. Alright. Taking on advisement. Maybe they got it at the pharmacy. 153 years ago.
You know, we went to the World Fair in Tennessee in 1980. Have they had any since then? Do they even do the World's Fair anymore?
I know there was one in St. Louis in the 1970s, 80. I don't think it's as big a deal as it used to be. World Expo.
Stop. Oh, not you. Roxy. She's licking my hand. I don't know why she's doing that.
World Expo was in Dubai.
Yeah, they're doing expos now.
But it's just so cool to get a. We didn't go up the we didn't go up the Space Needle this trip, but it was pretty cool getting to see it again and taking pictures in front of it.
I'll be right back, Todd.
Okie doke. I'm gonna hit mute and blow my nose again for the 558th time in an hour. So the World Expo is going on every 10 years, huh? Get some real Kleenex. I went through we had like a half a box left here, so I just got a roll of toilet paper. Charmin. Oh, Ron, I got the COVID finally. First time I've ever had it. Got it on the cruise, or on the trip. Oh, what else did we do? We saw the big lumberjack show. That was pretty fun. Chopping logs and log rolling, climbing the pole, running the chainsaws. And what else did we do?
You weren't on a COVID. I mean, you weren't on a COVID. You weren't on a Carnival ship, were you? You were on Norwegian.
Princess.
Oh, Princess.
Yeah, it was pretty neat. It's a little different than Carnival. We've got these little medallions that have a chip in it, and every time you got off the boat, you scanned your chip, and every time you got back on the boat, you scanned your chip. And climbing. No, I didn't do any climbing. We could have. There was lots of activities to do for.
Well, I got one in December, Felix.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm pretty sure I've had it for the last 2 days of the cruise at least. And I tried to eat the last 2 days, and I just couldn't. Couldn't eat very much. I just didn't taste good, and I felt yuck. So.
Well,
But
ever
we
since
ate.
I got the big case, the third time I had it, and it was really bad. Uh, my taste is all everything tastes metallic. Nothing tastes right.
Yeah, my nose started running real bad the next to last day of the cruise. I was sitting there thinking, what is this? And then I started coughing a bunch. And then yesterday was pretty much about just coming home, getting off the ship and getting on airplanes and stuff. There's no telling how many thousands of people I've infected. That's serious. Because I didn't wear a mask on the shuttle buses, and I didn't wear a mask in the
Would you?
airport or on the plane.
I will risk it. It's one of my bucket list.
Yeah, and since I've never had COVID, I didn't I didn't really think that's what it was, but Gwen said right when we got home, you need to take that COVID test we got in the medicine cabinet. We got the test like a year ago. One of those free ones. Sure enough, it's positive as hell.
You well, at least you're home. If you had said something when you were out there or were tested, you'd probably still be in Seattle.
Yeah, give all those West Coast freaks COVID while I'm out there.
And some are one of those West Coast freaks. Please get down. I'm really not in the mood today. I got too much going on this morning to fight with you. Sorry, talking to my cat like she understands anything that I just said to her. Well, until you got sick, did you have a lot of good food?
Oh man, I bet I've gained 10 pounds. But I
Yeah,
really
every time
haven't.
you posted a picture, it was of a damn dessert that looked like it was a
Oh
mile
God.
high.
So not only did we have the regular meals and then the specialty meals, but we had two free specialty desserts every day apiece.
Wow.
So you hate to just waste those, you know. So I'd get pretty much one every day. Big old Sunday. And they were good. Yeah, it's time to come back to reality. But I ate breakfast yesterday morning on board ship, and then I don't know, there wasn't, I don't know, it just tasted like you say, kind of metallic or just no flavor. I'm thinking, oh, here we go. Yeah, I'm pretty much set. I've got a few assets that aren't designated yet, but like what the heirs should do with the house when we die, I don't have that set up yet. A lot of what I'm going to give the boys, I've already given them. So if I spend all the rest that's in my savings, then they'll still be all right. They've got some stuff.
Ours is simple. If I die anytime soon, Roberta gets everything. Then when she goes, it's divided equally between our three children. They can pay the taxes on it and like it, or they can
Flag your
abstain
piece
from it
of
and give it
crap.
to charity.
That's your favorite live show. That's what you say in all the shows.
We
I caught a snippet of John the oh, what's his flipping ain't easy.
Yeah.
And Lag went on there and said, I paid for an Alaskan cruise with my eBay winnings, or my eBay sales. Flag's a piece of crap. There isn't any way he would know if I even saw that, but he put that. He's a Flag, you're a piece of work. Yeah, don't forget about Lag. I gotta include him in my will. Thanks, Kent. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I imagine Scott is fit to be tied because Texas beat Alabama.
I mean, that's what, one touchdown and a field goal, 34-24.
Yeah. Crap. That's why the beard isn't here. And how about the Dallas Cowboys?
What happened to them?
They played the New York Giants in New York and beat them 40-0.
Dang. You can't. Low tide.
Yeah. Dallas Cowboys have a for real defense this year. I mean, in the first 2 minutes of the game, Dallas had scored 2 touchdowns and a field goal. From special teams and defense. It's crazy. But I think the hoopla will be short-lived because I think that even though Dallas Cowboys are pretty good this year, I think the New York Giants are just really bad. They couldn't do anything. It was like on an opening day, it was the worst. It was like the 4th worst beat down that anybody's ever done. Hey, Maggie Doodle. I may not last a whole lot longer, but if anybody wants to come in, I'll put the link in the side chat. So, what else do we do?
Sorry,
And all kinds of fun contests on the ship. We played a lot of those trivia games.
Right.
We lost most of them, but it was fun.
Sorry. I don't really follow football, so I don't. I mean, I know the teams, but I don't know what's going on with them. Don't really care. Only football team I really pull for is the Atlanta Steam.
We sailed out of Seattle Harbor, Azure. Then we went up to. We saw the. We went way up into a fjord and watched a glacier for a while.
Did you stop in Canada anywhere?
Yeah, the only place in Canada the ship stopped was Victoria.
Okay. Because I know, excuse me, I know ships have to stop at least one location outside of the country.
Yeah, Victoria was just beautiful. I had
Yeah.
no idea that was such a big town.
Um, what's a town that's right inside the Canadian line where they make all the TV shows and movies? I'm having an old man moment this morning. Um, that's supposed to be really pretty.
Thanks, Maggie. Yeah, we took so many pictures. Um, Videos. I'll put together a little video on my channel sometime soon.
Did you see what John Jones said?
What's he up to? Paxlovid Regiment.
Vancouver. Thank you, Texas Bandit. I'm just not focusing this morning. Ooh, rabbit jumped over my grave. I'm meeting Beth for lunch today.
Oh
Beth
yeah.
Beth and Barry, they're in North Carolina. I'm going to meet them for lunch, and then later on she flies out.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of her pictures with him.
I hope she's had a good time.
Yeah, Vancouver. Now my cousin took us to Vancouver. She lives not that far from it. That place is big. I didn't realize Vancouver was that large of a city. She took us to that park downtown Vancouver. It's a lot like Central Park in New York.
Right.
Um, Pretty cool.
Lag 11:30 Hickory Tavern. So you better get on your plane and head this direction.
Yeah, we did so much stuff.
Well, that's
My cousin wanted us to stay longer so she could show us a whole bunch more stuff, but
there's some nice cruises out there that are like a different island. No, every day you're in a different island. That's just too much work. I like the days at sea. Days at
Really?
sea, a location, a port of call. Days at sea, port of call.
Yep. Get another shot before I go. You know, I
Where you going, Felix?
my local doctor said they keep updating the COVID shots, but they're only good for like 6 months after you take them, and then you have to go get another one to stay effective. I'm like, really?
Brazil, Rio, Felix. There's a lot of other things you can catch down there.
Rio. Yeah,
I'm just not.
COVID shots make my shoulder sore bad for like 3 days. Hang on, I gotta go get some more coffee.
Go ahead. I've got a physical tomorrow. I gotta get my round of shots while I'm there. Flu, shingles, all of those. But I hope Beth's had a good time while she's been here. I know they went to Biltmore. I hope she really liked that. Um, you know what? I'll say one thing: the shingles vaccine works, or let me put it this way: my like right now, my forehead is on fire because that's where I have shingles at, and I can get a shot, and within a few days it stops. I didn't say anything about the C shots. I'm just talking about the flu shot, my shingle shot, my typhoid shot. Um, Todd, you back? Yeah,
No, I died.
I hear you coughing. One of the cruise groups that Roberta's a member of, this lady got on yesterday and she was so excited. She got her passports back in 3 weeks. It's taken like 10 weeks most part. She got hers back in 3 weeks. Probably, son, you got so much wrong with you. Yeah, that live virus is something Roberta has to look out for. Now, Roberta used to be. She used to be in research. She was a data manager for a doctor, and they did pediatric research. And before it ever was tested on children, it went through. I mean, it had gone through adults before it ever got to children. And like some of these little baby shots, you know, that you think that, anytime you get a vaccine, you have a little welt around it. Some of these things that were acceptable was like this big around, which would wrap around a small child's arm, and it would take years to get these vaccines approved. I bet so. I bet so. Let's tell him what he's up to this morning. He's probably still asleep.
Probably.
Which this morning I would have probably been still asleep if I hadn't have had to take my son to work so I could have my car today.
So, actually, sold 27. I've got 27 orders to fulfill from the 10 days I was gone on eBay.
Right.
But, yeah, those customers are so stupid. At least 8 of them would send me messages. Hey, where's my stuff? Like, did you not read? It said at the top of the listing when you ordered it that I was out until the 10th. And some of them were understanding and said, oh, I just never saw it. But others were like, a couple of them, I would have like 30 orders, but 2 or 3 of them said, oh, if you're going to take that long, just cancel my order. So I did.
That's the reason I just pull mine down until I get back. I just over the BS. Somebody's always wanting something for nothing.
Smucker's bought Twinkie. Wow. Hostess brand.
So have you any of y'all on the Spectrum system? Have you been pissed off because you don't have ESPN? Because while you've been gone, Todd, Spectrum and Disney Co. could not come up with a meeting of the minds on fees, and so Spectrum has dropped or has blacked out the Disney networks until they get everything straightened out. Why are Twinkies illegal?
Well, they got that yellow dye in it. That's not allowed in a lot of countries like Saudi.
Okay. Too high sugar in them.
Oh, I thought it was because of the dye.
Do y'all have Starbucks there, Felix?
They got everything.
Because some of those damn Starbucks drinks have more sugar than a damn big gulp Coca-Cola. Yeah. Because New York City was going to ban like big gulps, large drinks, fountain drinks, and stuff like that until actually it went through, but it was recalled because the fast food joints were suing them because there was more sugar in a mid-sized Starbucks white chocolate mocha than there was in a large big gulp.
Really? Oh, God.
I don't think their coffee's all that great. I mean, I drink it. I like a white chocolate mocha, but their coffee to me has a bitter aftertaste, so it's not one of my high priorities. Yeah, I was reading an article, not reading an article. I was watching a video, and they were talking about like there's like 13,000 empty apartments in New York City, and they've got people to go in them, but they can't rent them because they need the renovations and because of their laws concerning rate increases. Landlords are not willing to spend the $100,000 it takes to renovate any of the apartments because it'll take them like 80 years to recoup their money with the amount of money that they can add to increase the rent. I say tear them down. Who is pinging me?
So, one of the annoying things on the ship was the drinking straws were paper. Those paper straws are just stupid. You get a sip of your drink and your lips stick to the paper. But since they're out of Seattle, they got that West Coast mentality. Hey, we need to shut down all the plastic. But it's funny, your fast food comes in plastic containers, and your vegetables come in plastic containers, and your bread comes in a plastic sack. Those are okay, but we can't have plastic drinking straws.
It's
Paper straws are toxic. Paper straws contain more forever chemicals than plastic, a study says.
well, there is a problem with all the plastic bottles and all that kind of stuff, but you know, are they going to go? Would they go back to glass? I mean, they can just mandate it. After this date, everything's got to be in glass for backing off on plastic. 5 to 6 cups of what? Coffee? I'm just not a tea drinker, except sweet iced tea, Southern wine. Even though my son made some tea, and I swear it was one part tea and 10 parts sugar. I swear, I thought I was going into diabetic shock there off that little sip. Well, that's just it, Texas. They want all this stuff to change, and they whine and piss and moan about it. But if they would step up and make say this is not going to happen anymore, they'd lose their job. All right, Todd, you need to go to bed, and I got to go get pretty to meet Beth. Oh, you got to pack first, don't you?
Yeah, I can't go to bed until I get these orders packed.
Are they big stuff, small stuff, quick stuff?
I don't think there's anything just horrible. Let me look real quick here.
That's what I'm talking about, Anissa.
Got 2 pieces of china I gotta ship out. I hate shipping glass, but that'll be the worst stuff. A few plates.
Anissa, because of you and Starlink, talking to you about Starlink, now my YouTube list is just, and Facebook list is just full of ads for Starlink crap. And I have not looked, I've not even Google searched Starlink. So they're listening to everything we say. She got Starlink while you were gone, if you weren't following that.
Yeah, I hear you, 24K. All I gotta do is kind of putter around the bat cave here for a while, get my orders packed, and Gwen will take it to the post office for me.
Who's that?
They inserted listening chips in the COVID shots.
I guess.
It wouldn't be hard. You go up to a bar on board the ship, and bartenders would say, "How you doing, Todd?" How do you know? How do you know my name? And that there's a chip inside the little lanyard thing that they made us wear.
Yeah. A friend of mine was a fuck me running. The person at a hotel that you go to and say, "Can you get me tickets to such and such?" What are they called, Felix? I'm just having a problem thinking this morning. Anyway, he was one of those. And all the high-end guests that came into their hotel, they were expected to know their names. Like when these people would come in, the concierge would get a info sheet on the person with a photo and what they liked and what they didn't like. No, not a valet. It was a concierge. And I mean, because these people were paying, $2,000 a night for a damn hotel room. Anyway, he liked that. He got some hellacious tips, and he knew everybody. He had a little black book that he could dial up somebody and say, you got any seat restaurants, theaters, any of that kind of stuff. But he liked it. The perks were really good.
Yeah, concierge, he'll get you laid, and he'll get you some wild parsley.
Yeah. Anyway, Todd, I need to go. You need to go get your shipping done so you can go to bed.
Yep.
I'll see y'all in the morning. And Todd, get some rest.
I'll probably be around unless I'm dead.
All right. Well, if you don't feel like it, you lay in bed and sleep. So, anyway, bye, guys. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Anissa. Yeah, it's going to be hard to feel worse than I do right now.
Oh, no, you can. Believe me. My third time, I felt so bad, it was not even funny. All right, Todd. Later.
All right, bye. Bye, folks.